Hello folks, it's been a while, hasn't it? Happy New Year to you all and welcome to this special edition of Park Life as City take on Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup. Coming up on today's show, we of course speak to manager Matt Taylor, the ever brilliant Matt J, and we look back at previous FA Cup clashes. But first, let's take a look back to Boxing Day, our last match in a 1-1 draw against Forest Green.
Corner here, the far right-hand side for Forest Green. There's a clear shot there, it is a goal! Brando Williamson not able to get any end of that, but he does this with the Forest Green defender. He looks to go into Matt J, as we've Collins who shoots, and what a goal that is! Archie Collins with an absolute wonder strike!
The FA Cup third round is the standout fixture day for football fans across the country. And here is manager Matt Taylor hoping City can make it into round 4 come Saturday night.
So we're looking forward to getting back playing again. I hope the game's on in relation to the weather we've got down here in the southwest at the moment, but also the situation that Sheffield Wednesday are currently going through.
Well, all reports from the Sheffield Wednesday camp suggest that they've had quite a few positive tests and they'll be looking at bringing some of the younger players down. I mean, we don't really know what side we'll be facing. They've not got a manager. I mean, how do you prepare for a game when you're not really sure what you're coming up against?
Just concentrating on ourselves. I said to the players, and I was really clear, I've got no idea what we'll get Saturday from the opposition. But I need to have a clear indication of what I'm going to get from my own group of players Saturday. And that's an aggressive style of play. That's front foot football. That's our home style of football. And trying to dictate to the opposition and leading that game in terms of all the stats, running stats, efforts on goal, all the bits and pieces, possession. And we can go into all the details, but I want us to be on the front foot and play well on Saturday. So, like I said to the players today, I've got no idea what to expect from Sheffield Wednesday. They'll still be good players, I can guarantee that. They're a club of that stature and that history for a reason, so they'll still be good players. But I've said previously, we'll never have a better opportunity than this weekend.
Well, you said it there. You know, we won't have a better opportunity, and if we do get through, we found out earlier that it would be into the fourth round for the first time since 1981. It'd be nice to make a little bit of history, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but we've got to win the game. Got to win the game. Got to play well. Got to win the game first and foremost. Take care of what's in front of us, and we'll see what happens if we're in the hat for the next round when the draw comes round. We've got to look forward to games like this. Such a shame that the fans won't be there, because you look back in history, the amount of times that the park's been full on an FA Cup game. You look at the big names who've played there in the past, and it's a great atmosphere. We need to inject that atmosphere and that heat into our own game, and hopefully we'll come out better off come 5 o'clock on Saturday, and then we'll assess what's to come on the back of that. We know we've got an awful lot of fixtures ahead of us, but it'd be great to have one more game in amongst there.
On the score sheet in round 1 against AFC Fylde and into double figures for the season, here is midfielder Matt J explaining just why this team love the challenges of the FA Cup.
A 90-minute game, we need to try and do what we can to get through, and the prospect of the fourth round is really tasty. So fingers crossed we can play our part in this competition and enjoy the moment and enjoy the third round and see what the fourth round brings if we get there.
Manager said earlier, he doesn't really know what to expect from Sheffield Wednesday with their COVID issues. It looks like they're probably going to be bringing down a makeshift squad. I guess that rings true. You don't really know what you are preparing for.
No, definitely not. I think that's more and more happening day by day, week by week. You just don't know what team you're going to be playing, who's suffering from what, and what team can put out what players. So I think the old cliche of focusing on ourselves is never been more apparent, because that is literally all you can do. Don't really know what they'll bring, but I'm sure they're going to be good, and we look forward to the challenge for sure. But may play in our favour, may not. So you just never really know. But we just got to give it our best shot.
Well, I think whoever we face, we'll just be glad that we've got a game. The last 2 weeks have been really frustrating, haven't they? First Newport and then Barrow being called off.
Yeah, very frustrating. I mean, we got to Newport. We're in the hotel having pre-match before the game, and then obviously heard that the game was going to be called off. So that was a bit of a nightmare. And you train all week, and you look forward to the next game, and it gets called off. And we got to Bristol on the weekend, and that got called off. So it's one of the disadvantages of living down here. You have to set off so early for these places. But yeah, very frustrating. And we were all really excited, looking forward to those Christmas, New Year games. But it wasn't to be. But we're well rested, and we're well coached and well trained the last couple of weeks. So we haven't had many days off. We've been in training hard, and really looking forward to this game.
It has, of course, been superb to have some of you back here at the park in the last few weeks. But as you know, with the new lockdown imposed in England, unfortunately, you'll no longer be able to watch the boys on the pitch. But stay home and stay safe and watch them from your sofa. They still want all your backing. Look, it's going to be another tough 6 weeks or so, maybe longer. But, the club, we're still here to support you with anything you need. You know where we are. On our social media, on our website, we've put up some important numbers for, the Samaritans and mental health charities. Give them a ring if you need anything. Give the club a ring if you need anything. But most of all, look after yourself. Like I said, stay home, stay safe, and keep supporting the mighty Grecians. As you know, to get here, the Grecians have had to fight off 2 opponents in round 1 and 2. Let's look at City's route to round 3 with wins over Fylde and Gillingham.
To take the corner short here. Sparks to try and clip it in. It wasn't far away. Jordan Hume strong in the challenge. FC Fylde come forward with options here. Such a fine start they've had to their season. Horton, no way through for him, but it does break here for Jordan Hume, and that is the lead for the National League North leaders. Just 11 minutes in. Patient and probing in possession again. This is Lussey. Hume trying to turn. He's the one causing the issues at the moment. The effort when it comes does force the save from Andreasen. Unbeaten in their last 10 games in all competitions, but having to do this the hard way. And he lost once in League 2 all season. They've got a bit of room in which to work here. Once again, Jack Sparks is advanced in towards Matt Jay, and Jay's going to have a go. He's going to squeeze in the equalising goal. A fine finish. Here comes the corner kick. Hasn't yet been dealt with. Nodded back towards Hartridge to apply the finishing touch. It's a second goal in the space of 7 minutes for Exeter City to turn this tie around. Perkins able to come away with it, the substitute here, with a decent ball as well. In towards Hume, the man that started the scoring. They do have options in attack. This is Burke. And that was close. But it is Exeter City through, the League 2 team to round 2. They've beaten AFC Fylde here by 2-1.
Graham to take the corner, right-footed, out swinging towards the far post. Oliver was arriving, they're appealing for a foul. Exeter were playing on, it's penalty box pinball, it's still in there, surely they're going to score, no, it's over. Oh, they've put it over from yards, and it appears the flag was not up, so the goal would have stood. But here's Graham. Graham loses it to Atangana. Neat skills from Atangana then to pass Graham. In behind by Randall. Now Bowman on the inside left, deflected straight at Bonham. And the shot completely miscued by Jordan Graham. Skies up. He's easily caught by Anderson. Oh, now they've lost it at the back here, Exeter City. Big trouble. Ball across and a goal. Simple as that. Alex McDonald picking the pocket, squaring it across, and it's a simple enough finish. Patient passing. Bowman has just come back on. Slips it round the corner back for Law to hit it, and they've equalised. That is superb. Threading the eye of the needle. They just kept patiently passing the ball away on that inside right channel until the space opened up. Lovely clip round the corner for Bowman, and it's Nicky Law who equalises. 29 minutes gone, and just 8 minutes after they went behind to Dean Oliver's first. Cycles. Both dugouts very loud right now. Oh, that's a poor clearance. It's come for Nicky Law. It's a 4-on-4 if they can work this quickly. Law burrowing forward. Has options, almost too many, he can't make his mind up. Randall scores! Nicky Law gets an assist to go with his goal, and in just 5 minutes or so it's all turned around here. 1-0 Gillingham becomes 2-1 Exeter. Nicky Law pouncing on a poor clearance from Jack Bonham, and then he fed it inside for Joel Randall, who cut onto his left. Now Law, Sparks goes to cross, low, great cross, and almost turned in. What a chance that was. Up on the touchline. Very static at the moment, the Grecians. He's screaming that he needs a few more options, Sparks, who hoists it crossfield towards the edge of the area. Flicked down, and Gillingham can't deal with the bouncing ball, so Law wins it. Looks for his options, one of which is Williams. He sets it in behind for Collins. Collins with a lovely back heel for Law. Law's pullback for Randall. It could be Randall again. Gets past one and scores! He's done it again, Joel Randall. 3-1 Exeter City, and it's 2 goals in 5 minutes for Joel Randall. Gillingham 1, Exeter City 3. A lovely pullback from Nicky Law for Joel Randall, and he danced through a couple of defenders and smacked it in. Bonham got something on it. Almost into the last 10 minutes here. Graham clips it in, headed back in by Ogilvie, and it's still there, not properly cleared, and they forced it in. Gillingham, they've got one back. Ogilvie's long throw. Oh, the keeper was in there, it bounced over him. It's fallen for the keeper, who's missed it. What a finish that could have been. Oh my goodness me, Jack Bonham with the shot, which proves to be the last kick of the game. He stabs it over the bar.
Grecians versus Owls, South versus North, Devon versus Yorkshire. Here is club historian Will Barrett looking back at historical clashes with the Owls. And he may even mention that goal from Troy Archibald Henville.
This weekend's Emirates FA Cup third round clash will mark just the 12th time these two sides have faced each other in league or cup competitions. To find the first of our previous 11 encounters, you have to go back all the way to January 1969, where City were drawn at home against the Owls in the second round of the League Cup. Having overcome Plymouth in the first round, City lined up at the Park against a side that had just beaten the then European champions Manchester United in a 5-4 thriller at Hillsborough. As a result, City were not hugely fancied to beat Wednesday in their first ever meeting, but a vintage display with goals from Dermot Curtis, John Corr and Peter Bullock saw the Grecians win 3-1 and book a match-up with Tottenham Hotspur in the next round. Nearly 10 years then passed before the sides met again, this time on City's promotion to the old Division 3. And between 1977 and 1980, the sides played home and away each season, with City winning 3, drawing 2 and losing just 1 of these annual home and away encounters. Sadly, Wednesday's promotion to Division 2 in the spring of 1980 meant that it would be another 2 decades before the teams played again, but for City fans, it turned out to be well worth the wait. Once again, Sheffield Wednesday proved to be opponents for some classic encounters, and on meeting for the first time in 20 years, City demolished Wednesday as we ran out 5-1 winners at St James Park, courtesy of a Jamie Curriton brace and goals from Liam Sercombe, Scott Goulbourne and John O'Flynn. Whilst that match proved to be the perfect way to reacquaint ourselves with the Yorkshire Giants, it is perhaps the next game that sticks in the memory of City fans more than any other, as Troy Archibald Henville's incredible last-minute solo goal helped pull Tisdale's side to 8th in the table and match the club's highest ever finish in the English Football League. In all, despite the infrequency of our meetings and the illustrious history of our opponents, it is City who have the edge in terms of results, with 7 wins, 1 draw and 3 defeats. In terms of goals, it is 20 scored and 14 conceded. And so if the past and a 3.4 goals per game average is anything to go by, we should be in for an exciting game at the Park this weekend.
Of course, there has been some memorable games between the Grecians and Sheffield Wednesday, but none stand out more than a 5-1 win back in 2010. As the snow brought the Football League to a halt that day, the match here at SJP was the only one on in the Football League. Let's take a look back at that one.
Game on at St James's Park. Of course, now a new era for all at Sheffield Wednesday. Now under the new ownership of Milan Mandaric. The close shaves in the course. Wednesday are still here, and they make the long trip to Exeter this afternoon, braving the weather. They've won 4 of the last 5. Exeter simply inconsistent this season. This is Goulbourne. Back and he goes, away by Pearce. Harley. Still going, Ryan Harley gets his cross in. Tully. Curitan! Jamie Curitan makes it 9 goals for the season. Kept alive. And then Curitan just blasts this beyond Nicky Weaver, no chance. Swung in. Oh, towards the back stick now. Did that cross the line? Yes, it did. It is an equaliser. Swung in, free header. Should have been a goal. Matthew Taylor. Exeter have looked dangerous whenever they have come forward, causing Sheffield Wednesday problems. Header away by Darren Pearce once more. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Oh, what a goal. It's a wonderful strike from Circum. Just short of the hour mark. This is special. One touch, bang, Nicky Weaver. You ain't getting anywhere near that. Certainly a special goal from Circum. Got the heads again. Oh, it's 3! Goalborn this time. To this left side, and Goalborn will pick it up and he will run and run. That's an inviting ball looking for Curitan! What a goal! Sliced apart Sheffield Wednesday. Jamie Curitan gets his second of the game. Not bad for 35 years of age. How about this for a ball from Circum right round the corner, causing all sorts of problems for Daniel Jones. Cool finish. Sniffing a 5th for Exeter. And getting a 5th goal. O'Flynn this time on target. And that just sums it up for Sheffield Wednesday this afternoon. A miserable day. It will feel as though it is a long way from home. Some result for Exeter. Back down to earth for Sheffield Wednesday after a dominating run of 4 wins in 5 games. But Exeter have halted that. And a much needed 3 points for the Grecians.
Back to full fitness and back in the starting lineup, goalkeeper Jonny Maxted is the exclusive interview in this week's Grecian. We put your questions to him in the week, and here are some of the best.
There have been loads this week, Johnny, so my apologies to anyone watching who's missed out. Skipping past the beard-related questions, because I don't think you and me need to talk about that. But we're going to kick off with some keeper-related questions. And Isaac Koala asks, at what age did you realise that keeping was your passion?
I played in net when I was younger. I had a little bash outfield, shall we say. Done all right. And then it was just too much running for me. Too much running. And I went back in net and that was it. That was me stuck in net then, and I started doing well and I really enjoyed it. I think I just enjoy myself getting chucked in the mud and diving around. And they say you got to be a nutter to be a keeper and that. And for me, I just enjoy it, getting dirty, get my hands dirty, and just trying to do the best for the team.
Diving about, more diving, less running, more your cup of tea. Yeah,
yes.
Nice. I mean, lots of people, naturally talked about goalkeeping, and including Chelsea Clark, who asked, "How hard is it to become a professional goalkeeper?"
It's tough. There's a lot of demands to be a professional goalkeeper. It's not just that you can save balls and be good with your feet. It's the mental side of it as well. Like I say, we spoke about being switched on and your concentration levels, and look, you're going to get a lot of stick as a goalkeeper as well from away fans, and you can concede a goal and be harsh on yourself, and that takes out of you as well. It's just that having that mindset of wanting to push yourself to the max really as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, superb. And I mean, that leads on to the next question, which a number of people asked about what is the best piece of advice that you would give to a young goalkeeper?
Stick at it. although things, look, you see keepers in the Prem still making mistakes, you know, and you're going to make mistakes, but it's just forget about it and keep on going it, because mistakes happen. Obviously, as a keeper, it stands out more. But like I say, you learn from it and you only get better.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Is that keep the spirits up? I think it is the main thing.
Yeah.
Peter Down asks, does the manager still fancy himself as a goalkeeper?
There was a case last season in training where he did go in net, and to be fair, he'd done all right. But yeah, I'd say he'd probably have a bash in net again.
In an absolute emergency, we've got a goalkeeper in line. That's decent. On another sport, another player who fancies himself a little bit, Ian Taylor asks, who's better at snooker, you or Jack Sparks? And what's your highest break?
I'm bad at maths, so I couldn't tell you. But no, Sparks is having himself massively at snooker, and I'm going to put it out there. He's absolutely horrendous. Honestly, I went for a game with snooker with Sparksy, and he was playing it like 8-ball pool. The break was unbelievable. I said, you ruined the game now. But no, he's decent, Sparksy, but I'm definitely better. And he should try and find a different ball game.
So you've got advice for young goalkeepers and advice for young snooker players as well.
Yeah, don't play with Sparksy.
Don't play with Sparksy. Matt Palmer asks, who's the best finisher in City? Who's the person in training that causes you the most problems?
It's a toss-up between Nicky Law and Matt J. With Lawsy, sometimes I try and read him and he puts me the other side, and Matt J is just, I don't know how he does it. He just like toe pokes it in every time. So it's a toss-up between them two. Do you know what? I couldn't say a name on it. Couldn't put a name on it.
It's probably sensible. We'll leave it there as two, but both handy finishers for sure.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, Kalim Challoner asked, is any player in the world you'd most like to save a shot against?
Oh, there's a few. There's like, you got Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, and probably them two really. Do you know, a Messi free kick saving one of them, that'd be something else, wouldn't it? That'd be top draw. That.
Yeah, that'd be a moment. 100%. Just to play against them would be incredible, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
but, yeah. To save one would definitely be. You get the photo for your wall on that one, wouldn't you?
100%.
Definitely. And Steve Bailey asks, what's the hardest attack you've had to defend against? Now, that's probably a pretty difficult one to answer because all attacks have different qualities. But is there one attack that sticks out?
Trying to think. Do you know what? I'm putting out. I'm going to say the Forest Green game last season, not just because it was just attack. It was 45, 50 minutes of just bombardment in the box, shots from everywhere. I think, although I kept a clean sheet that game, I think that was that they were the hardest because it was just constant. I don't think we got out at half, did we? And if we did, it was coming straight back to us. So probably that one.
It was relentless, wasn't it? I think it's the mental side as well, isn't it? The 45 minutes of focus, chucking a penalty in the middle of it all as well. It's probably definitely a fair shout. And then the final fan question, Kenneth Saunders, aka the Colonel, asked, do you know how good you are, or does he have to keep telling you?
I've got confidence in myself. Like I say, I've got high expectations of myself. But no, I think sometimes when you get told you're good, it goes to your head a little bit. So I try and stay grounded, and I take every game as it comes. And you know, I don't try and put myself above what I am, if you get me. So I just go into every game hoping to keep a clean sheet and try my best to keep a clean sheet. And like I say, if I make a mistake, that I've made a mistake, and that's one thing that won't live with me, but I want to improve on and get better at.
Yeah, all about staying focused, staying grounded, but always nice to have that backing from the support, isn't it? And I know
of course it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there, wishing you and all of the team well. So thank you ever so much for your time.
In the past week, you've been voting for your Exeter City Player of the Month for December, and there is, of course, only one winner. With 4 goals in a bonanza month, here are Ryan Bowman's best bits.
They're looking for a flag. It's not going to come, but the opening goal will from Ryan Bowman.
Randall and Exeter into the penalty area here. That's a fine touch and a wonderful finish. After just 8 minutes, Exeter lead. To the southwest of England, giving the ball away carelessly here. A chance for a third perhaps for Exeter. And Bowman takes it. Here goes Randall. Randall's into the area. Unselfish play. Lays on the ball to Bowman. Bowman with his hat-trick. Second hat-trick of the season.
As the cold and the frost starts to set in, for the first time this season, the pitch covers are going on. Here is another pitch update with everyone's favourite groundsman and the man who will soon be taking my job, no doubt, Chaz. Chaz, since Boxing Day, we haven't had a game since then. It's been cold and wet. How's the pitch been?
Pitch played okay on Boxing Day. It's a little bit heavy underfoot, but that's the way the pitch is at the moment. But since then, we punched a few holes in it to open it up, get the air in. We brushed it, just had its second cut today, and behind me are the nemesis of any groundsman, the covers. Weather forecast looks like it will be frosty every night until Saturday, including Friday night, with daytime temperatures not raising much above 2 to 3 degrees. So we need, as an insurance policy, to get these covers on. They're quite big, they're very heavy, and they're not much fun, but they're going on, and they're going on today. And when we leave tonight, we'll be eating pizza and having put the covers on, and they will stay on until Saturday morning, when they will come off, and we will do what we can to prepare the pitch for the game Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock.
I understand you've got an army of men coming to help you put them on. How long do you think it's going to take to get all those covers on?
It's all outside. We'll all be wearing face masks, all socially distancing. You will be able to. We've got a few people in bubbles who can work together. The rest of us will be keeping out of each other's way. Elite professional sport is going ahead, and we're part of the elite professional sport, so we've got to make sure this game goes ahead. It's on the telly, it's a big game, and it's really important. So for the entertainment of the masses, we will be doing what we have to do.
Will it not be until Saturday when you take them off that they've done their job, or will we be able to get an indication a bit later in the week?
They will do their job. They'll work down to 5 degrees below. It's not going to 5 degrees below. It may not go below 0 at all, but the forecast is changing. A few degrees either way could mean getting the game on or not playing the game. So we're taking every opportunity, removing all risks that the game's going to be cancelled because of the pitch, and that's what we're paid to do, and that's what we do for a job. So that's us.
So I have to ask, because I know you came and had a peek on Christmas Day. Now the covers are on and you can't do anything. Are you going to have a few days off?
No, we got training ground. We've got works going on at the training ground at the moment. We've got some hard standings going in, and we have to do what we can at the training ground, although it is going to be frosty, I think, so that'll be limited. But yeah, we've got a full plan of works. Busy time of year for us, really, trying to get stuff done, trying to tidy everything up out there, and we've got progress going on there with the planning permission going in. So obviously logistically there's stuff we need to do as well, and any excuse to get out the house, really.
Right, Chaz, thank you very much. That's all we've got time for on this week's edition of Park Live. But before we go, a quick reminder of how to watch the game on Saturday. This game is being broadcast on BT Sport Extra 5, which can be found on the BT red button. You can purchase an iFollow pass, but unfortunately, due to the broadcasting on BT, that will only be an audio pass. Of course, tune in if you can on BT Sport. It would be great to have your support at home. One last final thing from me. Come on, City!